So a number is a square number if, when square rooted, the result is a whole number. So if I take 10 and I ask myself, is 10 a squared number? The answer to that is no, because when I square root 10, what do I get then?
3.16227.
So I get a decimal, right? I did not get a whole number. The only time that a number is squared, we call it a squared number, is when I square root it, I'm gonna get a whole number, okay? So let's take, for example, 9. Is 9 a squared number?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, because if I square root 9, I get 3. Is 25 a squared number?
Sure, 5.
If I square root 25, I get a 5, right? Is 12 a squared number? No, because when I square root 12, I get,
Oh no.
I don't get.
You will get 3.464.
Okay? So, this is not a squared number. This is not a squared number. However, these are squared, the 9 and the 25 are squared numbers. Okay? So, these are numbers that you should be familiar with. So, these are numbers that you should be familiar with. 9, 16, 25, 49, 64, 81, 100. These are all square numbers, okay? If that helps you, you can go on that, like you can do a sheet and then go like this. 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, right? 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36, and you keep going, okay? Because when you see these numbers, you need to be able to recognize that they are actually square numbers. Okay? So, a variable has an even exponent, then it's also considered a perfect square. Okay? So if it's x to the power of 2, x to the power of 4, x to the power of 6, x to the power of 8, these are considered squared term or perfect square. To determine the square root of a variable, keep the base and divide the exponent by 2. Which means, if I have x to the power of 8, and I want to do the square root of that. So in order to find the answer, the square root of x to the power of 8, I divide the exponent by 2. So that would be x to the power of 4. Okay? So, if you want to do the square root of x to the power of 12, what would your answer be? X to the power of 6. So, if you have a perfect square, all what you have, if you want to square root it, what you do, you divide the exponent by 2. Okay? So can you do a square root of x to the power of 5? No, because it's odd, right? It's an odd exponent. Can you do x to the power of 10? Can you do the square root of that? What would it be? Square root of x to the power of 10.
Power of 10? No.
X to the power of 10.
Can I do 5?
5. X to the power of 5. Because what you're doing is actually you are dividing your exponent by 2.
We keep the base. Okay.
So when you're square rooting, if it's a variable, okay, you divide your exponent by 2. Is that clear? Okay. You'll know why I'm doing all of this in a second. Okay? So, when we are dealing with quadratics, sometimes we have what we call a difference of squares. What does the word difference mean? Difference.
Define the
Like bigger,
no,
smaller,
define
smaller?
What does sum mean?
addition,
Addition. What does difference mean?
negative
Subtraction.
Okay.
Okay? So when I have difference of squares, means I have squared terms, I have two squared terms, and there is a minus between them. This is what the word difference of squares is. So it's a binomial, that means it's two terms, with two perfect square terms being subtracted. Okay? So anytime you have two terms that are perfect square, with a minus between them, we call this a difference of squares. Okay? So you must have perfect square, and you must have a minus. Now, why is 9x squared a perfect square?
Because it's perfect square because it's coming 3.
Yeah.
3 times 3.
So that gives you 9.
Yeah.
So 9 is one of these perfect numbers, right?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay. And how about x squared?
It's half.
It has an exponent, an even exponent. Okay? It has an even exponent. So it's a perfect square. How about 16? 16 one of your perfect square numbers? Yes. Right? 16 is one of my perfect square numbers. If I do square root of 16, I'm going to get 4. Okay? So both of these terms are a perfect square. Right? And then there is a minus between them. It's very important that there is a minus. Okay? Now, so both terms are perfect squares, and there is a subtraction between them. I checked them. So now I can use what we call the difference of squares formula. So to factor this is what you have to do. Can I have your eyes on the board for a second? First, you have to create two sets of brackets. One bracket has a plus in the middle, and the other one has a negative. Okay? This is your first step. In the second step, you're going to have to square root the first term and place 1 in each bracket in the first position. So 9x squared. What's the square root of 9x squared? 3 what?
3x.
3x. Because 2 divided by 2 is 1. Right? So I put 3x in the first position.
Okay.
Okay? Then square root the second term of the polynomial and place 1 in each bracket in the second position. What's square root of 16?
4.
4. So I'm going to place 4 in the second position. Done. Now, when you are doing this, obviously you're not going to write the 3 steps for me. Right? You're not going to write this, this, and this. You're just going to write this for me. Okay? You're just going to write the final answer. Okay? And what I'm showing you here is the 3 different steps that they've showed. Okay? So you know what you need to do. Okay? But all what I want you to write is this answer.
Okay, so when we multiply them together, we will get the same.
That's right. That is correct.
We expand it.
Right? If when you expand, right, if you actually do 4 and you expand, you're going to have to get back to 9x squared minus 16.
Magic.
Oh.
Okay? Let's try it actually. Let's do. Let's try. So let's do 4 here. Now, again, you don't write this. You don't need to write this. I'm just showing. If I'm going to 4, so that will be 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times negative 4 is negative 12x. 4 times 3x is positive 12x. 4 times negative 4? Negative 16. Right? If I simplify like terms, negative 12x plus 12x is 0. So I don't write that.
Oh my god. The same one.
Right? It has to be. Otherwise, you've done something wrong.
So we can check it like
You
in
can
this
check
way,
it exactly.
by FOIL.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay? Can I erase it? I don't want to keep it here so I don't confuse you. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to try these questions. Remember that 1 is a perfect square because 1 squared is 1. Okay? So try these questions and let's see what you guys can get to.